A near miss with an aggressive SUV on a dark, rainy commute taught me a terrifying lesson. The brand new tail light I trusted had completely died, leaving me invisible to traffic. But if you've tried shopping for a replacement, you know the market is a frustrating nightmare. That is exactly why I spent the last few months rigorously testing the top options out on the road. Today, I am cutting through the marketing hype to break down the top 5 best rear cycle lights you can actually trust with your safety. 5. Magicshine SEEMEE 50. When I first pulled this little light out of the box, I was actually quite impressed by its exceptionally compact footprint. It weighs next to nothing and tucks away neatly behind the saddle without ruining the aesthetic of a sleek road bike. For riders who absolutely hate bulky accessories hanging off their frame, the minimalist design of the SEEMEE 50 is immediately appealing. It feels like a light you can just attach and forget about, keeping your bike looking clean and fast. Despite its incredibly small size, this unit packs some genuinely interesting modern technology. It features a built-in smart brake sensor, which actively detects when you are slowing down and automatically ramps up the brightness to alert the drivers behind you. I found this feature to be surprisingly responsive during my city test rides, triggering almost exactly when I pulled my brake levers. Alongside this, it uses a highly convenient USB-C charging port, which is a massive relief since I'm actively trying to banish all outdated micro USB cables from my gear bag. On the road, the 50 lumens of output are perfectly adequate for overcast days and standard nighttime riding. The ambient light sensor does a highly decent job of adjusting the flash modes based on your environment, helping to manage the power consumption throughout your ride. It casts a reasonably wide beam, so you get some decent side visibility, which is crucial when navigating busy intersections where cars might be approaching from an angle. The flash patterns themselves are distinct and certainly catch the eye of trailing motorists. However, my real-world testing revealed some frustrating drawbacks that kept this light strictly at the bottom of my list. The battery life, particularly if you are riding on the highest brightness setting with the brake sensor continuously activated, is disappointingly short, often dying before the end of a longer weekend ride. 4. NiteRider Sentry Aero 260. NiteRider is a legendary name in the cycling world, and this specific model was explicitly designed to address the headache of mounting a light to modern aerodynamic seat posts. Its V-shaped back sits flawlessly flush against aggressive Aero tubes, which immediately solved a major annoyance I've had with circular mounts sliding completely off to the side of my carbon road bike. It finally gives Aero bike riders a dedicated mounting solution. The sheer visual output of this light is its biggest selling point, pushing out a massive 260 lumens. It utilizes 2 distinct LED strips that create a highly visible, almost aggressive flash pattern that demands attention. During my daytime test rides in bright, glaring sunlight, the Sentry Aero 260 proved to be an absolute powerhouse. Cars gave me noticeably more space, and the daytime running light mode was piercing enough to be seen from hundreds of yards away down a long, straight highway. The overall build quality of the light feels incredibly robust, resembling a piece of heavy-duty equipment rather than a delicate electronic device. It offers a very solid array of steady and flashing modes, giving you plenty of versatility depending on your riding conditions and the time of day. The side visibility is also somewhat decent due to the way the light housing is shaped, allowing the inner LEDs to spill over the edges and provide a bit of a wider viewing angle for cross-traffic. But the Sentry Aero 260 is not without its glaring flaws that hold it back from greatness. The physical size of the unit is surprisingly bulky, looking almost like a small brick hanging off the back of your bike. Even more annoying is the power button. It is incredibly stiff and positioned awkwardly, making it nearly impossible to turn the light on or off while wearing thick winter cycling gloves. 3. CATEYE ViZ. CAT has always been the reliable workhorse of the cycling industry, and the ViZ series represents a significant leap forward in their modern design. The very moment I attached this to my commuter bike, I was struck by the clean, elongated profile that houses multiple LEDs in a vertical stack. It looks incredibly sleek, highly professional, and integrates beautifully with almost any bike frame. The true magic of the ViZ series lies entirely in CATEYE's proprietary OptiCube lens technology. While rigorously testing this on winding suburban roads, I noticed that the light doesn't just shoot straight back. It actively creates a massive 300-degree arc of visibility. This means you are remarkably visible from almost completely alongside the bike. The daytime hyper flash mode is wonderfully erratic and phenomenally bright, making it incredibly difficult for even the most distracted drivers to ignore your presence on the road. One of the absolute standout features I came to love is the CATEYE snap system mount. Unlike the flimsy, stretching bands of cheaper lights, this highly engineered bracket locks the light in securely with a deeply satisfying click, and it allows you to easily mount the light horizontally or vertically depending on your saddlebag setup. It stayed dead center and rock solid during my bumpiest rides across rough cobblestone streets, and sliding the light off to bring inside for a quick charge is incredibly effortless and quick. The battery performance on the ViZ series is completely exceptional, easily outlasting my entire weekly commute on a single charge. It also gracefully drops down into a lower power eco mode automatically when the battery eventually gets low, ensuring you are never suddenly left completely in the dark on your way home. It is a phenomenally reliable, brilliantly bright, and incredibly user-friendly light that does exactly what it is supposed to do without any unnecessary gimmicks or frustrating design choices. 2. Bryton GARDIA R300L. If you haven't ridden with a radar light yet, it is a truly transformative experience. The GARDIA R300L is a sleek, stealthy black unit that doesn't just emit bright light, it actively watches your back. The build quality feels exceptionally premium, and the all-in-one mounting system feels incredibly secure on a remarkably wide variety of seat post shapes and sizes. The absolute core feature of the GARDIA is its built-in rear-view radar, which I effortlessly paired with my GPS bike computer in a matter of seconds. During my test rides on quiet country roads, the radar flawlessly detected approaching vehicles from up to 150 meters away. It sent a highly clear visual and audio alert directly to my handlebar computer, telling me exactly how many cars were behind me and how fast they were approaching. This situational awareness gave me a level of peace of mind I have never experienced before on a bicycle. Beyond just warning me, the GARDIA R300L actually interacts with the approaching traffic. When the sophisticated radar detects a car closing in quickly, the light automatically changes its flash pattern, instantly shifting to a much more aggressive and significantly brighter strobe. I could visibly see cars reacting to this dynamic shift, often slowing down noticeably or giving me a much wider berth as they safely passed. It genuinely feels like having a digital wingman guarding your rear wheel at all times. As a standalone taillight, it is simply superb, offering excellent visibility, a robust battery life that easily covers Sentries and long weekend rides, and seamless modern USB-C charging. The software integration with its accompanying smartphone app is buttery smooth, allowing you to easily customize light modes and accurately check your battery status. It completely redefines cycling safety, taking you from simply hoping cars see you to actively managing the traffic approaching from behind. 1. Magicshine SEEMEE 300/400. After rigorously testing dozens of lights, this unit completely blew me away. It feels like a premium piece of technology from the moment you hold its sleek, aluminum alloy chassis in your hands. It is incredibly durable, highly weather resistant, and visually looks like it strictly belongs on a top-tier racing bike. The primary reason this light effortlessly wins the top spot is its revolutionary 360-degree tracing optic. Alongside the immensely powerful main LED that blasts up to 400 lumens directly backward, there is a secondary downward-facing lens built into the bottom. When riding at night, this projects a brilliant, glowing red halo of light directly onto the ground surrounding your rear wheel. I have never seen anything like it. It creates a massive footprint of illumination on the asphalt, making it look like a much larger vehicle and drastically improving how drivers perceive your distance and speed. The smart features on the SEEMEE 300 and 400 are executed flawlessly. The built-in motion sensor acts as an incredibly accurate brake light, flaring up to maximum brightness the exact second you hit your brakes. Furthermore, the highly sensitive ambient light sensor works seamlessly, smoothly transitioning between an aggressive, piercing daytime flash in the bright sun and a softer, less blinding pulse as dusk settles in. Everything operates beautifully automatically, allowing you to just ride and trust that the light is optimizing your visibility in real time. To top it all off, the battery life on these units is absolutely monumental. You can ride for days on a single charge without worry, and when it finally does run low, a highly clear indicator lets you know well in advance. The quarter-turn Garmin-style mount is easily the best in the entire industry, locking the light perfectly in place with absolute zero rattle. Outro. That's all for today.